confidence was different back then. Like, y'all know how I get shy on the mic now. You couldn't tell me nothing. The one thing I knew I could do was sing. And I just wish I could get that confidence back. I would do anything to have that confidence back. And
welcome back, everyone. Today I want to do a video on R&B singer and actress LeToya Luckett. If you don't know who she is, she got her start with the music group Destiny's Child. But after a managerial dispute, she and alongside member Latavia were both ousted from the group. After a few setbacks, she was able to break out on her own. If you want to know more, don't be torn about it. Just watch the video for yourself. Before we begin, if you want to see music bios or more good videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Also, I've started a Patreon account. On here you get more copyrighted material and they'll be uploaded 48 hours prior to YouTube. If you want to support or visit, link is in the description. And without further ado, on to our feature presentation. LeToya Nicole Luckett was born on March 11, 1981 in Houston, Texas. At an early age, she got her start in the church at the age of 5. Legend has it, someone handed her a mic and she started to sing. At school, she would sing in talent shows and get involved in school plays. But she got into a small altercation when a student was sitting in her assigned seat. That student will be known as Beyonce Knowles. The two would end up becoming friends, as Beyonce was part of a girl group called Girls Time. Girls Time auditioned for Star Search, but failed to make an impression as the song they sung didn't match the group's image. After the setback, Beyonce's father, Matthew Knowles, took over managerial duties. He sliced the group in half from 6 members to 3. Then the group recruited LeToya to join Girls Time. And it should be noted that LeToya was pursuing a solo career, but ended up accepting the offer to join the group, playing the role of soprano. The girls would go to Matthew's boot camp to train their vocals, stage presence, and etc. Their hard work paid off when they signed with Elektra Records, but that deal was short-lived as disagreements with them and their production company. The girls didn't give up, and another label, Columbia, came calling. And by this time, it should be noted that the group changed their name from Girls Time to Destiny, and later added Child so they could trademark it. Also, Matthew Knowles was signed on as the group's manager. LeToya disagreed with the move, and before they signed with Columbia, she wanted her mother to look over the contracts, but Matthew refused. So to keep her place in the group, she signed on. In 1997, Destiny's Child released their debut single, No No No. The first version did well, however it needed a bop, Enter Wyclef to save the day. Part 2 was then released, and that version peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. In January that next year, the album was released. As successful as No 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 did, it didn't translate to the album. The album peaked at number 67 on the Billboard 200. Another single, With Me, didn't fare much success either. Part of the issue was that the girls felt like the album was too neo-soul for their young image. But despite this, the album still managed to go platinum. Eager for new material, the girls re-entered the studio to work on their second album. This time they teamed up with Rodney Darkchild Jenkins, Kevin Shakespeare Briggs, Chris Stokes, Missy Elliott, and Escape member Candy Burris to work on their next project. The Writings on the Wall was released in the summer of 1999. The lead single, Bills, 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 went straight to number 1, giving the girls their first number 1 hit. The video was an homage to Tina Knowles' work for the Salon, and it received heavy airplay on MTV and BET. They released another single, Bugaboo, and even though it wasn't as successful as Bills, 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 this song is considered a fan favorite. The Writings on the Wall would end up going 8 times platinum, becoming one of the highest selling albums from Destiny's Child. Meanwhile, Latavia and LeToya was beginning to have issues with Matthew. The pair felt like he was preparing a solo career for his daughter behind their backs, and even accused him of quote-unquote digging in the pot too much. It was also told that he made Latavia, LeToya, and Kelly tan while Beyonce only tanned for recreation. It was also stated that he barred Latavia and LeToya's parents from learning about the group's finances, and one time while on tour, they had to share a bus with R&B group Jagged Edge. One of the members beginning to date Latavia, and Matthew didn't like that because his girls were minors and Jagged Edge were in their early 20s. But the biggest issue came on a stop in New Orleans. LeToya wasn't feeling well and wanted her mother on the bus to take care of her. Matthew told LeToya's mother no because she wasn't under contract to ride with Destiny's Child. Jagged Edge stood up to Matthew and defended LeToya to no success. He had LeToya's mom and Jagged Edge kicked off the bus. After the tour, LeToya and Latavia announced they wanted to break from Matthew Knowles' management. Reason being, he favored his daughter Beyonce and Kelly too much, and the communication between the parties were deteriorating. But despite this, LeToya and Latavia never announced any plans on leaving Destiny's Child. Matthews looked at it as such and began to look for replacements. Before the release of their next single, Say My Name, the girls, Beyonce and Kelly, began to shoot the video. Matthew brought in 2 new replacements without informing the departures of LeToya and Latavia. The first was named Farrah Franklin, who was an extra in the Bills video, and the other named Michelle Williams, who sang background for Monica. When the video was released, LeToya and Latavia were surprised that Destiny's Child did a video behind their backs. Despite this, the song will also go #1 and give Destiny's Child their first Grammy Award for Best R&B Performance by a duo or group with vocals. Shortly after the video release, LeToya and Latavia filed a lawsuit against Matthew, Kelly, and Beyonce for breach of partnership and fiduciary duties, and thus the media firestorm began. The media targeted Beyonce for being self-centered and having a diva personality. Latavia and LeToya dropped their suit against Beyonce and Kelly as long as both parties don't diss each other through the media. They also settled in royalty statements from the first 2 albums. With the media continuing to berate Destiny's Child, the girls got focused and began to record their 3rd album, and they would call the album Survivor, and the title track took aim at those who berate them, criticized, and attacked them. Some of the lyrics allegedly took aim at their former group mates. Beyonce's lyrics stated, "You thought I wouldn't sell without you, sold 9 million." And Kelly's lyrics, "You know I'm not gonna dish you on the internet cause my mama taught me better than that." LeToya and Latavia both filed lawsuits for violating the settlement, involving not to diss each other, but again settled out of court.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
After the whole Destiny's Child fiasco ended, she and Latavia moved to Atlanta and started another group called Angel. The group recorded about 20 songs to shop for labels to sign, but the production company that they recorded on failed, and the Angel project never saw the light of day. And even if the Angel project would have succeeded, Matthew Knowles would have had the group blackballed. By this time, LeToya entered a very low place in her life. Sure, she got an undisclosed settlement from Destiny's Child and 2 Grammy wins, but not enough to keep her on her feet, and she'll spend those years bouncing around house to house living with friends. But she knew she had to persevere, so she joined a production company called Noontime and recorded a 5-track demo. That demo would land in the hands of Capitol Records, and she signed a solo deal. She moved to Los Angeles to record her debut and lived in hotels in her own vehicle while recording. In 2004, she released her solo debut song, You Got What I Need. The next year, she followed up with All Eyes on Me. Both of those songs were marketed as promo singles, but it wouldn't be until 2006 when she released the song Torn. Using the stylistic You're My Everything sample, the song peaked at number 31 on the Hot 100 and number 2 on the R&B charts. The video was a big success on the show 106 in Park, going number 1 for 25 straight days and eventually recurrent after maxing out on 65 days. In July 2006, LeToya released her self-titled debut album. The album would debut at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and was certified platinum. To promote, she did a docuseries called H-Town Chick, which showcased her preparing for a promo tour. She was then offered to open up for Mary J. Blige on her breakthrough tour. LeToya was set to release the song Obvious as a follow-up single. Many critics said that this song had a 94% chance of becoming a hit, but Capitol had a merger with Virgin Records, halting any promotion. In 2009, she followed up with Lady Love as her second album. The first single was Not Anymore, but it was met with controversy with the video. Her music video bowed many 1960 Motown-esque similarities to Solange's I Decided video, released 2 years earlier. But Solange shot down any controversy, speaking on her love for LeToya's video. She then released the song Regret, and that song was produced by Tank and featured Ludacris, and it will be the only song to cross over to the Hot 100, peaking at number 78 and then peaking at number 8 on the R&B charts. but her other singles failed to chart. Not to be discouraged, LeToya took interest in Hollywood, so she enrolled in Tasha Smith's acting workshop. Her hard work and dedication paid off when she got her first leading role in the movie Preacher's Kid, where she was praised, no pun intended, for her performance. Acting has given her name a new life. Film and television credits includes the sequel to Drumline, Single Ladies, The Rosewood Show, Greenleaf, Unsolved, T.I. and Tiny's reality show, Power Book 3, Raising Cain, among many others. It was rumored that she was tapped as Dionne Warwick in a proposed biopic, but as of the making of this video, nothing was able to come forth. In 2017, she released her third album, Back to Life, on her own E1 independent label. Throughout her solo career, she's been in an on-again, off-again relationship with Houston rapper Slim Thug, and during the off phase, it was rumored that she had a fling with Oklahoma City Thunder basketball player Kevin Durant. But as for her and Slim Thug, they maintained a steady friendship to this very day. In 2016, she married Rob Hill, but the marriage was notoriously short, only lasting 2 months. But she bounced back and married Tom Walker. The couple share a daughter and a son born in 2019 and 2020 respectively. But in 2021, she and Walker announced their divorce, and it was alleged that he cheated on LeToya with an Instagram model. And Tom obviously denies these allegations. In 2022, she made an appearance on Tank's R&B Money podcast. There, she talks about how she was and still is struggling with self-confidence when it comes to singing.
Confidence was different back then. Like, y'all know how I get shy on the mic now. You couldn't tell me nothing. The one thing I knew I could do was sing. And I just wish I could get that confidence back. I would do anything to have that confidence back. And from there, like, I started being in the school plays and going out for the lead roles. You couldn't tell me nothing. I think I had a moment of, wow, am I ever gonna be good enough? So I'm gonna play my position that I've been given in this and take advantage of this opportunity. And the position I was given was was soprano. So I just worked on that.
Right. You found your lane.
I found my lane in the group. I played my part, but I played that part for so long that I never really put the effort to make the other parts of my voice, like, to grow that. You know what I mean? Because I was so busy at sharpening the soprano.
Absolutely.
Knife, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be on. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Top down. Yeah.
So I became insecure in anything else, and to even hear my voice stand alone, because I'm just here for the harmonies. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to play my part as a soprano in the harmony. The thought of hearing my voice alone again or being a solo artist was, oh my God, the anxiety.
In the episode, she highlights how she had all the confidence in the world before joining Destiny's Child, but once she joined the group, she was tabbed as the soprano of the group. And by doing this, she was unable to develop the other parts of her arc. Once her solo career was starting, she would have anxiety attacks about her upcoming performances. And it should be noted that LeToya has since made peace with Beyonce and even showed her support on Beyonce's Renaissance tour. Today, LeToya is living her happy life despite everything she's been through. She's still singing and still acting. And that concludes the story of LeToya Luckett. Tell me what y'all think in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.